right, we're in Taharot, Perek Yud Mishnah Zayin, 7th Mishnah, in the 10th chapter of Masechet Taharot. The Mishnah says, "Hazolev et tabor." The word zolev can mean a bunch of different things. It can mean drip. Here it means to siphon off. Let's look at the Jasper for a second. Zalaf means to pour or empty over. It can be to drip, to sprinkle. But here it means to siphon off, to squirt, whatever. It means to, zolev et tabor means that you're empty out the bore. I mean, you finish squeezing out the oil or the wine, and now you gotta, it's just a pit. So you have to empty it out into bottles. So what do you do? So there's a bunch of ways to do it. One is you can just sort of, take the thing itself, take the jugs themselves and glug, 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 and fill them up. Or another thing you can do is use what's called a machatz. A machatz is a ladle. Looked up Jastro as well. Machatz is a ladle for filling vessels out of the well or the wine or oil pit. There's got to be a Jastro bonus here. Taharot 10:7. There we go. If he emptied the pit using a ladle to pour into the vessels. Yay, ding, ding, ding. Okay. So either way, now you're going to empty out the bore. So now the Mishnah says, "Azolei for emptying out the bore. Nimtza sheretz." You find a sheretz. So what I want to know is, so I'm doing jug, and I'm just doing it. I'm filling the liquid, and then either at some point later on, okay, the Bartenura says, "Hichnis chavit bor umleya." You put one jug in the bore, v'chein shniya, and then you do the second one. You're filling directly, v'chein shlishit, and then the third one. Ve'achar kach nimtza sheretz bechavit. And then later on, you find the sheretz in the first ones. And now the real question is, oh my God, is the sheretz? The sheretz is tamei. So is the first wine jug tamei, or they're all tamei? So this is the Mishnah. Nimsa sheretz barishona. If you found the sheretz in the first one, kulan tmeod. They're all tamei. But ba'achona, in the last one, he tmeah v'kulam tahorot. Then if you find the sheretz in the last jug that you filled up, then only that one is tamei, and the rest are tahor. Why? Why the first one? So because you have to assume the sheretz was in it when you filled it up. So you took it and you filled it up. Now that sheretz is in the whole vat. You're done. Okay? Bein shaya sheretz babor, bein shaya b'chavit. If it was in the chavit, then it got mixed in. If it was in the bor, then everything is tamei anyway. But if you find it in the achrona, in the last one, he tmeya v'kulam tahorot. It's tamei. Because remember, everyone else. Why? Because you can assume. You have the ability to say, listen, misafek, we don't know which one, so we will assume that the sheretz was in the last jug, and then you stuck it in to fill it up, but it was the last one. You're just filling up whatever remnants are left. Even if you say maybe it wasn't the bor, shema nafal babor, maybe it fell in the bor at the very last moment. So therefore, if you find it in the last one, lucky you. Only that one is tamei and the rest are tahor. When is this true? When you ladle out, when you empty it out with each individual jug. But now you introduce the ladle, right? The intermediary jug. Then you're in trouble. Why? You find the sheretz in one of them. Hitmeya bilvad. Okay. If you're doing it with a ladle and you find a sheretz in only one of them, then only that one is tamei. Why? Because what happens is you can assume if the sheretz was in that little mouse at the bottom of the jug, you didn't check the jug very carefully, or we'll see why. Okay, we'll see what happens, right? You didn't check the jug particularly carefully, so now you're taking your ladle and you're going from the thing and you're filling in here. It's not glass, you can't see, right? And then I find later on I opened it up and they're like, there's a mouse in there. That's disgusting. Okay, so we say that one is tamei. Because we can assume, why is he tmeya bilvad? The amur, because we can say, b'tocha chavit haya sheretz v'lo babor. The sheretz was in the chavit, was in that jug, and not in the bor. So everything else is tahor. The ladle is tahor, the jug is tahor. But when is that true? That's a kula, but when is that true? Eimatai, b'zman shu bodek v'lo mechaseh. O mechaseh v'lo bodek. You checked the jug, but you didn't cover it after you checked it. So therefore, you can hope or assume that the sheretz entered after. Or you cover the jug, v'lo bodek, but you didn't really check it. But haya bodek umechaseh. Each jug, you check it before, you put in the wine, and then you cover it. Then v'nimsa sheretz, and you find a sheretz b'chavit hakol tamei. You find a sheretz in a chavit, so everything is tamei. Babor hakol tamei. Where do you find it in the bor? Hakol tamei. B'machat hakol tamei. Why? If you find a sheretz in a chavit, you checked it before. And then you checked it before, and then you covered it. That means it came from the stock. If you find it in the bowl, everything's messed up. If you find it in the machatz and the ladle, again, everything is messed up. I mean, the ladle, obviously, it's not a ladle. You would be like an open ladle. It's like another little, like a ladle jug. So obviously, everything is tameh as well. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.